Have you ever felt like something big was about to happen in your life? Like you were standing on the edge of something great, but just couldn't put your finger on it? That feeling, that shift in your energy, that's the universe whispering to you. It's time. You're about to level up. Now, you might wonder, what does leveling up really mean? It's not just about achieving external success or gaining more material things. To level up means to step into a higher version of yourself. It's when your soul aligns with the higher purpose you've been meant to fulfill. And let me tell you something, the signs are always there. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, sends us clear signals when we're on the verge of a breakthrough. So, if you've been feeling the stirrings of change in your life, know that you are not alone. Today, I'm going to share with you the 7 signs that you're about to level up. When you start noticing these signs, recognize them as your invitation to rise, to embrace the person you are becoming, and to trust in the journey ahead. The first sign is that your current reality begins to feel uncomfortable. It's as if everything you once believed in, the habits you once relied on, no longer serve you. You might feel discontent, unsettled, or restless. This discomfort is the catalyst for growth. Remember, the greatest transformations happen when you're no longer satisfied with where you are. Your soul is pushing you to seek more, to expand beyond the limits you've placed on yourself. Embrace this discomfort. It's not something to fear. It's the sign of growth. Second, you begin to attract new people and opportunities into your life. Have you noticed that your circle is changing? New relationships are forming, while some old ones are fading away. This is no coincidence. The people who enter your life at this stage are mirrors reflecting the higher version of you that's ready to emerge. The opportunities you encounter may seem unexpected or unfamiliar, but they are perfectly aligned with the next chapter of your life. Trust that the universe has a plan far bigger than you can see right now. If you're ready to level up, it will begin with new connections and fresh possibilities. The third sign is that you start questioning old beliefs and limiting thoughts. As you grow, your mind opens to new perspectives. You start to see that much of what you once thought was true may not be. You might find yourself questioning your limitations and the beliefs that have held you back. This is a beautiful, transformative process. Questioning is the first step toward liberation. As you begin to let go of these limiting thoughts, you make space for higher truths and deeper wisdom to enter. The fourth sign is that you feel an increased sense of clarity and purpose. You wake up one morning, and suddenly, you know exactly what you need to do. You know where you're headed. That uncertainty that once clouded your mind begins to dissipate. You start to feel a deep sense of purpose and alignment with your true self. And when you align with your purpose, the world begins to open up in ways that make you wonder how you ever lived without this clarity. Trust that this clarity is not random. It is your higher self guiding you toward the next level. The fifth sign is that you experience a heightened sense of intuition. You start to trust your gut more than ever before. You feel an inner knowing guiding your decisions. You begin to recognize that the answers you seek aren't found outside of you. They're already within you. The more you trust your intuition, the more it strengthens. And the more you'll realize that the universe is always speaking to you. Your intuition is your connection to the infinite source of wisdom. Listen to it. It will never steer you wrong. As you pay attention to these signs, one thing becomes clear: leveling up is not about achieving something out there. It's about becoming who you truly are. When you start to notice these signs, know that you're being called to expand your mind, heart, and soul. You are being asked to embrace the next stage of your life with open arms, to release the old, and to step boldly into the new. And as you do, you'll discover that the universe has been waiting for you to catch up, ready to show you that you've always had everything you need to step into the fullness of your power. So, if you're feeling that nudge to level up, trust it. Embrace it. It's time for you to rise. You are not here to play small, to remain in the same place, to live in limitation. You are here to grow, to expand, and to experience the fullness of life. Leveling up is not just your destiny, it is your birthright. The universe is conspiring in your favor, always. Step forward and know that you are being guided every step of the way. There comes a time in everyone's journey when the comfort that once defined your life starts to feel like a cage. It's almost as if your soul knows it's meant for something more, yet your surroundings, your habits, and the people around you remain stuck in patterns that no longer align with your growth. This is the moment when your current reality begins to feel uncomfortable. And it is, without a doubt, one of the most profound signs that you are on the verge of leveling up. At this point, you may find yourself feeling restless, discontent, or even dissatisfied with things that you once accepted as normal. Perhaps the job that once felt like a secure foundation now feels stifling, or the relationship that once brought you joy now feels draining. The idea of continuing in the same way no longer appeals to you. These feelings are not random. They are a direct indication that you are in the process of breaking free from a limited version of yourself and stepping into something greater. When life begins to feel uncomfortable, the immediate impulse for most people is to resist. We have been conditioned to avoid discomfort at all costs. We often associate discomfort with something negative, something that signals that we are in the wrong place. However, discomfort in your current reality is actually one of the most powerful tools for transformation. It is the universe's way of nudging you toward change, pushing you out of your comfort zone and into new territory. The discomfort you feel is a sign that your soul is being called to evolve. It is an invitation to let go of what no longer serves you, whether that be a limiting belief, an outdated career, or a toxic relationship. What you must understand is that growth doesn't happen in the comfortable, predictable parts of life. Growth happens in the areas that challenge us, that push us to confront our fears, to examine the beliefs and habits that have held us back. Discomfort forces us to make choices, to act. It propels us forward in ways that comfort never could. In fact, if you're feeling discomfort, you're actually on the right track. The world is constantly changing, and if you find yourself feeling restless, it means that you are not static. You are evolving. Growth always feels uncomfortable, but it is the kind of discomfort that leads to greater fulfillment, greater wisdom, and greater connection to your true self. Without this discomfort, you would remain where you are, and you would miss out on the incredible potential for personal transformation that is available to you. This discomfort might manifest in many forms. Maybe you feel like you're stuck in a routine that no longer excites you. Maybe you feel disconnected from your passions, as though the things that once brought you joy no longer ignite the same fire within you. Perhaps you're feeling an inner conflict between the life you have and the life you are being called to create. All of these feelings are signals that change is coming, that a shift is imminent, and that your soul is preparing to step into a new chapter. Now, it's important to remember that when discomfort arises, it doesn't mean you need to take drastic action immediately. It doesn't mean you need to quit your job or end your relationships without careful thought. Instead, it's an opportunity to sit with the discomfort, to reflect on what it is teaching you. What beliefs or patterns are you holding on to that are keeping you stuck? What is it that you are truly yearning for? This period of discomfort is an invitation to become more self-aware, to explore the deeper layers of your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. It asks you to be present with yourself, to dig deeper into the root causes of your dissatisfaction. By acknowledging the discomfort and allowing it to guide you, you begin to open yourself up to the possibility of change. It becomes less about trying to avoid the discomfort and more about using it as a tool for self-discovery. When you embrace the discomfort, you will begin to notice that new opportunities begin to show up in your life. Doors that once seemed closed may open, and possibilities that you never considered will begin to make themselves known. Discomfort often leads to clarity. It clears away the noise and distractions, forcing you to focus on what truly matters to you. But to fully embrace this discomfort, you need to release any fear or resistance that comes with it. Fear of the unknown is natural, but it is not something that should hold you back. In fact, fear often masks the very things you need to embrace in order to grow. The fear of failure, the fear of making a mistake, the fear of stepping into the unknown, all of these are simply indicators that you are on the verge of something significant. Every great transformation in history began with someone stepping into the unknown, facing their discomfort head-on, and trusting in the process of change. When you feel uncomfortable in your current reality, you are not being punished. You are being prepared. You are being called to elevate your consciousness, to let go of what no longer serves you, and to open yourself up to new possibilities. The key is to trust that discomfort is a natural part of the human experience, and that by leaning into it, you align yourself with the process of growth and transformation. So, the next time you feel that restlessness, that discomfort, understand that it is not something to be feared or avoided. It is the sign of your soul's deep yearning for expansion. Embrace it. Welcome it. Allow it to guide you to the next stage of your journey. Understand that discomfort is not a negative force. It is the very thing that propels you forward, that pushes you to rise to the next level of your life. And as you walk through this discomfort, remember that it is the doorway to something greater. You are not here to remain stagnant. You are here to evolve, to become the highest version of yourself, and discomfort is your companion along that path. Trust in the process, trust in your growth, and know that every step you take through discomfort is one step closer to the person you were always meant to be. There comes a moment in life when you begin to notice that people and opportunities start to appear in your world, almost as if by divine timing. You might meet someone who seems to mirror the thoughts you've been having, or find yourself being invited to an event that aligns perfectly with your passions and desires. This is one of the clearest signs that you are on the verge of leveling up. It's the recognition that your life is beginning to align with a higher purpose. And as a result, the universe is orchestrating events, relationships, and opportunities to match this new version of you. When you are about to level up, the people who enter your life are not random. They are carefully chosen by the universe to serve as catalysts for your growth. This could manifest as meeting someone who challenges you to think differently, someone who inspires you to step into your power, or someone who offers you new opportunities you hadn't even considered. These encounters often feel as if they've been waiting for you, as though the universe has arranged the perfect meeting at the perfect time. When you start noticing these new people coming into your life, it's a clear sign that you are being supported on your journey. What you'll often find is that these new relationships have a different energy from the ones you're used to. They feel uplifting and inspiring, not draining. These people are in alignment with your higher self, and their energy resonates with your own. You might even notice that some of your old relationships begin to fade away. The people who no longer match your vibration, those who hold you back, who perpetuate negative thought patterns, or who simply don't encourage your growth, will naturally fall away. This can feel uncomfortable at first, but it's important to recognize that this process is necessary for your elevation. You cannot ascend to new heights while remaining in the same space with people who cannot see your vision, or worse, who hold you back from it. New relationships, however, bring new perspectives, fresh ideas, and unique opportunities. They introduce you to ways of thinking and being that align with your highest potential. These people are like mirrors, reflecting the person you are becoming, helping you to see yourself more clearly and reminding you of the limitless potential within you. As your vibration rises, you will naturally attract individuals who resonate at the same frequency, who support and encourage your growth. Alongside the new people, You will also begin to notice that new opportunities start to present themselves. These opportunities might feel unexpected at first, but when you reflect upon them, you will see how perfectly they fit into the path you are on. Opportunities could come in the form of a new job, an invitation to collaborate on a project, or an idea that sparks something deep within you. What you need to understand is that the universe does not give you opportunities at random. They are perfectly aligned with the direction your life is headed. It's easy to dismiss these new opportunities because they might feel outside of your comfort zone. They may seem unfamiliar or even intimidating, but that's often how the universe works. The path to leveling up is rarely linear or comfortable. It often requires stepping into new territory, places you haven't been before, or situations you've never experienced. This is where you are meant to grow, where the expansion happens. The opportunities that come your way are invitations to evolve, to push past the limits you've placed on yourself, and to step boldly into the new chapters that await you. When you begin to notice these new opportunities, don't shy away from them. Trust that they are being presented to you for a reason. You are being guided to expand your horizons and embrace something greater than you've known before. The most important thing you can do at this stage is to take action. Don't wait for things to be perfect or for all the pieces to fall into place. The universe is giving you the chance to act, to step into the unknown, to test the limits of what you believe is possible. When you take action on these opportunities, you are signaling to the universe that you are ready for more. The key here is not to resist what comes your way, but to embrace it with an open heart and an open mind. Let go of the fear and doubt that may arise when new people and opportunities show up. Instead of asking yourself, "Am I ready for this?" or "Is this the right time?" shift your mindset to one of trust. Trust that the universe is not giving you something that you cannot handle. Trust that you are being prepared for this moment, and that these people and opportunities are perfectly aligned with your growth. It's important to recognize that these new connections and opportunities are not always grand or dramatic at first. They may appear as small signs, an email, a brief conversation, or a new idea that seems to spark something inside you. But it's these small moments that often lead to the bigger breakthroughs. The universe works in mysterious ways, and sometimes it's through seemingly insignificant events that your life begins to change in profound ways. Pay attention to the subtle nudges that appear. They are not coincidences. They are invitations to move forward, to step into the next level of your life. In this process, there is also a deep sense of being in flow. When you are on the right path, people, places, and opportunities align effortlessly. You don't have to force things. The right people show up at the right time, and the right opportunities appear when you're ready for them. This feeling of synchronicity, when things just seem to fall into place, is one of the clearest signs that you are in alignment with your higher self. Remember, these signs are not random. They are the universe's way of showing you that you are being supported, that you are on the right track. As you level up, the people and opportunities that surround you will begin to reflect your growth. They are mirrors of your new potential, reminders that you are stepping into a higher version of yourself. All you need to do is remain open, trust the process, and take action when the time is right. The universe is always conspiring to bring the right people and opportunities into your life. It's up to you to recognize them, embrace them, and take the next step on your journey. As you begin to grow, you will notice a subtle yet powerful shift taking place within you, a growing sense of questioning. It's as if the very beliefs you've held for years no longer carry the weight they once did. Old thought patterns that have shaped your decisions and actions start to feel foreign, and the very foundation of your worldview begins to crack. You may find yourself asking deeper, more profound questions about your purpose, your actions, and the beliefs that have driven your life up until now. This questioning is not something to fear. It is one of the clearest signs that you are leveling up and stepping into a new phase of self-awareness and growth. It's easy to get caught up in the comfort of our established beliefs. They act as a security blanket, providing us with a sense of stability and control over the uncertainty of life. We tend to live within the boundaries of the thoughts and beliefs we've been taught or have adopted over time. These beliefs are like the lenses through which we view the world. They shape how we interpret situations, how we interact with others, and how we define success. But there comes a time when these beliefs no longer fit, when they no longer serve our growth. And that's when the questioning begins. This shift in awareness is not a sign of weakness or confusion, it is the precursor to greater wisdom. The questioning of old beliefs is the beginning of the process of self-liberation. It invites you to explore the underlying assumptions you have about yourself, your potential, and the world around you. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that your current reality is the only reality, but when you start to question long-held beliefs, you open the door to a world of new possibilities. The act of questioning is the first step toward understanding that there is more to life than the narrow confines of what you have known. These questions might start small. You might ask, why do I do things this way? Why have I always thought this was the only way? But as you continue to dig deeper, the questions will grow. You will begin to question your worth, your potential, and your desires. The beliefs that have governed your life may begin to feel limiting, and you'll start to wonder if there's a greater purpose at play. This process is a natural part of growth. It is the mind's way of breaking free from old patterns in order to make room for new, more expansive ideas. The beauty of this process is that it forces you to become an active participant in your own life. You begin to realize that your thoughts are not fixed, that your beliefs are not set in stone. You become aware that you have the power to change your mindset, to shift the lens through which you view the world. This realization is liberating because it means you are no longer bound by the limitations you once thought were unchangeable. The questions that arise during this period are not signs of insecurity, they are signs of a mind that is opening up, a soul that is expanding, and a heart that is learning to trust its own truth. As you continue to ask these questions, you may find that you no longer resonate with certain people, places, or situations. Old beliefs that once aligned with your identity begin to feel misaligned, as if they belong to a version of you that no longer exists. This can be uncomfortable, as it challenges the very identity you've spent years constructing. But this discomfort is not something to fear. It is a sign of your inner growth, and a call to shed the layers that no longer serve you. You are stepping into a new version of yourself, one that is more authentic, more aligned with your true purpose. In this phase of questioning, you may also begin to realize that many of the beliefs you once held were not your own to begin with. They were inherited from family, culture, society, and even from past experiences. As a child, you were taught to accept certain beliefs as truths about money, relationships, success, and happiness. These beliefs were handed down to you as if they were sacred laws. But as you grow, you realize that they don't necessarily reflect your true desires or potential. The beauty of questioning these beliefs is that it allows you to reclaim your power. You no longer have to live by someone else's rules. Instead, you can create your own beliefs that align with your soul's deepest desires. This questioning process also has the power to open your mind to new ideas, new perspectives, and new ways of being. You begin to see the world in a much broader light, understanding that there are infinite ways to approach life and success. The more you question, the more you realize that your previous beliefs were only one version of the truth, and that there are countless other truths that you can adopt to enhance your life. The act of questioning also leads to a greater sense of clarity. As you explore your own beliefs and thought patterns, you begin to uncover what is truly important to you, what truly resonates with your soul. You start to realize that much of what you thought was necessary for happiness, status, wealth, approval from others, was actually a distraction from your deeper purpose. These realizations may be uncomfortable, but they are the first steps toward living a life of true fulfillment. The more you question, the more you begin to shed the layers of conditioning that have kept you from living authentically. You start to align more fully with your true essence, and you stop living in fear of what others think or expect of you. The clarity that comes from questioning allows you to take bold steps in your life, to make decisions that are aligned with your true self, not with societal expectations or the approval of others. This process of questioning old beliefs, of challenging the status quo, is an integral part of the journey toward leveling up. It's how you break free from the constraints of the past and open yourself up to the limitless possibilities that lie ahead. Every time you question, you grow. Every time you challenge an old belief, you expand. And with each expansion, you become more connected to your higher purpose. The more you question, the more you step into your power, and the more you align with the truth that has always resided within you. As this questioning process unfolds, remember that it's not about seeking answers that you can find in a book or a lecture. The answers are already within you, and the process of questioning is what will allow you to access them. The real answers to life's biggest questions are found through personal reflection, through inner stillness, and through a willingness to trust the wisdom that resides deep within you. So, embrace this phase of questioning. See it as a sign of your awakening, a sign that you are moving toward the next level of your life, and trust that with each question, you are uncovering the path that leads to your highest potential. As you navigate through life, there comes a profound moment when everything starts to click into place. The fog lifts, the confusion fades, and for the first time in a long while, you feel a deep sense of clarity and purpose. It's as though the universe has aligned with your soul's deepest desires, and you can finally see the road ahead. This clarity is one of the most powerful signs that you are on the verge of leveling up. It signifies that you have moved beyond the noise and distractions, and now, you are in tune with your true purpose. For many people, clarity is something that is often elusive. We go through life stumbling from one decision to the next, overwhelmed by the myriad of options and voices telling us what we should do, who we should be, and how we should live. But clarity is not something that can be forced or fabricated. It emerges naturally when you begin to align your life with your true essence. When you remove the clutter of other people's expectations and the limitations of your own fears, you open yourself to a deeper understanding of who you are and what you are here to do. Clarity is not just about having a clear vision of your goals or a step-by-step plan for the future. It's about having a deep knowing, a sense of certainty within yourself that you are on the right path. It's that inner feeling of peace that arises when you stop questioning your worth and start trusting in your own abilities. This clarity often arises when you have begun to let go of the need for external validation, and when you no longer feel the need to conform to the expectations of others. It is when you no longer seek approval from the outside world, and instead turn inward to find the answers that lie deep within. When clarity emerges, it often brings a sense of peace that wasn't there before. The anxiety and fear that once plagued your thoughts begin to fade. You no longer feel torn between conflicting desires or unsure of which direction to take. Instead, you are clear on your values, your purpose, and the next step in your journey. This clarity brings with it a sense of alignment, where all aspects of your life, your actions, your relationships, and your career begin to come into harmony with who you truly are. What's remarkable about this clarity is that it's not just about seeing the destination. It's about recognizing the value in each step along the way. Clarity allows you to appreciate the present moment and trust that each action, no matter how small, is leading you in the right direction. It removes the need for constant striving, the constant searching for something better or different, and instead invites you to be fully present and engaged in the process of becoming. In this space of clarity, you no longer feel the need to rush or force things. You begin to trust that life is unfolding exactly as it should. You may not have all the answers or know exactly what the future holds, but you understand that the path you are on is the right one for you. You begin to embrace the idea that everything in your life is leading you to this moment of growth, and every experience has been a stepping stone to this point of clarity. This sense of purpose that emerges with clarity is not something that can be dictated by external forces. It is unique to you and your soul's journey. When you become clear about your purpose, you stop living according to someone else's idea of what you should do or who you should be. Instead, you start living from a place of authenticity, a place where your decisions, actions, and beliefs align with your true nature. This deep sense of purpose provides the direction you've been seeking, and it gives you the confidence to move forward without hesitation. When clarity arises, it often brings with it a deep knowing of what no longer serves you. The things, people, and situations that once felt important begin to fall away. You start to see them for what they truly are: distractions, limitations, or even obstacles to your growth. This is a powerful part of the process, because as you gain clarity about your purpose, you naturally begin to shed what no longer aligns with that purpose. You begin to make room for the people, experiences, and opportunities that are truly in alignment with who you are becoming. Clarity also brings with it the ability to discern. You develop a sharper sense of knowing what is right for you and what isn't. You are no longer swayed by outside opinions or fear-driven decisions. You become more attuned to your intuition, the voice that has always been guiding you, but which you may have ignored or doubted in the past. With clarity, you trust that inner guidance more fully, knowing that it is leading you in the right direction. You stop second-guessing yourself and begin to make decisions with confidence and ease. The beauty of clarity is that it is not something you have to chase or force. It is the natural result of living authentically and in alignment with your true self. As you continue to grow, let go of fear, and trust your intuition, clarity will naturally emerge. It is like a light that shines through the fog, guiding you forward. It comes when you stop trying to figure everything out and start trusting in the process of life. What's even more remarkable is that this clarity is not a one-time event. It is a continuous process that deepens over time. The more you live in alignment with your true purpose, the more your clarity grows. It's a cyclical process where the more you trust in your path, the more you gain insight into the next step and the next. The clarity you experience today will evolve as you continue to grow and expand, and with each new level of understanding, your purpose becomes clearer. The most important thing to remember about clarity is that it is always available to you. It is not something that is reserved for a select few or something that can only be achieved after a certain amount of success. Clarity is your birthright. It is a reflection of your inner wisdom, your connection to your true self, and your alignment with the flow of life. The more you trust in yourself, the more clarity will emerge. It's not something you have to force, but rather something you must allow to unfold naturally as you continue to walk your path. And as you embrace the clarity and purpose that come with this new stage of your life, know that you are exactly where you are meant to be. You are on the right path, and every step you take is leading you to the person you are meant to become. The clarity you feel today is only the beginning. There is more to discover, more to experience, and more to become. Keep trusting, keep aligning, and let the clarity guide you to the next level of your life. As you continue to evolve on your journey, you will begin to notice something extraordinary. Your intuition becomes stronger, more reliable, and more in tune with the subtle rhythms of life. It's as though a quiet, inner voice begins to speak more clearly, guiding you toward the decisions that are in alignment with your true self. This is not the same as your thinking mind, which is often filled with doubt and second guessing. Intuition, on the other hand, comes from a deeper place. It arises from the very core of who you are. It is that inner knowing that transcends logic, and it has always been with you. But as you level up, you begin to trust it more fully, and that trust begins to shape the course of your life in powerful ways. At first, this intuitive guidance might feel like a whisper, something you barely notice amidst the noise of daily life. It could be a sudden thought, or an impulse that directs you toward something new or unfamiliar. The beauty of this intuitive nudge is that it's not bound by reason or conventional thinking. Often, intuition doesn't follow the rules of logic. It leads you to places you might not expect, yet it feels undeniably right. It might suggest a new path, a new approach, or a new direction, and though your mind might try to dismiss it as impractical or irrational, there's a deeper knowing that compels you to follow it. As you begin to trust your intuition more, you start to notice that it becomes less of a quiet whisper and more of a steady voice. It speaks clearly and with certainty, guiding you through situations that might otherwise feel uncertain or overwhelming. This is because, with each decision you make that aligns with your intuition, you strengthen that inner connection. The more you listen to and follow your intuitive guidance, the more it grows. It's a muscle that becomes stronger the more you use it. In fact, the more you trust it, the more reliable it becomes, helping you navigate life's complexities with greater ease. You may have experienced moments when you've ignored your intuition, only to regret it later. Maybe you chose a job or a relationship based on external pressure, or perhaps you went against your gut feeling and experienced discomfort, or even failure as a result. These moments serve as reminders of the importance of intuition. While logic and reasoning have their place, intuition operates on a different level. It taps into a deeper wisdom that is not bound by time or conventional thinking. It connects you to the very essence of your being and the natural flow of the universe. When you begin to honor your intuition, you are aligning yourself with this higher flow, trusting that the guidance you receive is leading you exactly where you need to be. At this stage of your life, the growth of your intuition becomes one of the most important tools you have for navigating the next steps on your journey. The more you develop and refine your intuitive abilities, the less you rely on external validation. You no longer feel the need to seek advice from others or constantly look for approval. Instead, you trust that the answers are already within you, and you know that you can always turn inward to access the wisdom you need. Your intuition becomes your most trusted advisor, and with each decision you make from this space, you become more empowered. One of the most powerful aspects of intuition is that it helps you make decisions that are in alignment with your true self. When you live your life based on intuition, your choices come from a place of authenticity. You no longer make decisions out of fear, obligation, or the need to please others. Instead, you are guided by a sense of what feels right in your heart. This leads to a more peaceful, fulfilling life, because you are no longer weighed down by the opinions and expectations of those around you. When you trust your intuition, you are free to follow your own path, knowing that it is uniquely yours. This intuitive guidance also helps you stay in alignment with your higher purpose. As you continue to listen to your inner voice, you begin to notice that life flows more smoothly. Opportunities arise with ease, and the challenges you face feel more manageable because you are aligned with your true direction. Intuition connects you to the universal flow of energy, guiding you in ways that logic cannot. It allows you to trust that everything you need will be provided, and that you are always being led toward your greatest potential. At this point in your journey, your intuitive sense will also guide you in creating boundaries that honor your energy and well-being. As you level up, you become more aware of the people, situations, and environments that drain your energy. Your intuition helps you recognize these energy drains and allows you to make the necessary adjustments. It teaches you to say no when needed and to set clear boundaries that protect your peace. With this intuitive guidance, you begin to understand that your energy is sacred and that protecting it is a vital part of your personal growth. Listening to your intuition also encourages you to embrace uncertainty with confidence. The mind often fears the unknown, but intuition invites you to trust the process, even when you cannot see the full picture. When you follow your intuitive guidance, you are walking a path that is uniquely yours, and the universe will support you every step of the way. You might not always know what lies ahead, but your intuition will guide you to take the next step, even when you can't see the entire path. This trust in the unknown is one of the hallmarks of growth. It's a sign that you are no longer bound by fear or doubt, but are instead stepping into a new level of self-assurance. As you deepen your connection to your intuition, you also learn to discern the subtle messages it sends you. Intuition communicates in many ways through gut feelings, hunches, dreams, or even a quiet, knowing that something is right or wrong. These messages come in a variety of forms, and it's important to remain open and receptive to them. Often, intuition doesn't shout, it whispers. It requires you to slow down, be present, and listen carefully. By cultivating a practice of mindfulness and self-awareness, you strengthen your ability to hear these quiet nudges and act upon them. Ultimately, your intuition becomes a powerful tool for transformation. It helps you make choices that align with your soul's purpose, guides you toward the people and opportunities that support your growth, and empowers you to trust the process of life. The more you tune into your intuition, the more you align with the greater intelligence of the universe. It is always there, guiding you, leading you toward your highest potential. And as you continue to develop this trust in your own inner wisdom, you will discover that you are never truly lost. Your intuition will always guide you home. As you continue on your journey of growth and transformation, you will notice these signs unfolding in your life, each one a clear message that you are stepping into a higher version of yourself. The discomfort in your current reality is not a signal to turn back, but an invitation to move forward, to evolve beyond the familiar. The new people and opportunities that appear are not coincidences. They are the universe's way of aligning you with the path that best supports your growth. The questions that arise within you are not doubts, but invitations to explore deeper truths, to shed old beliefs and embrace new perspectives. As clarity and purpose begin to emerge, you'll see your life unfolding with more focus and peace than ever before. And when your intuition strengthens, guiding you toward the decisions that are aligned with your highest self, you'll know that you are fully in tune with the flow of life. These signs, this shift in awareness, are not just random occurrences, but markers of the powerful transformation that is taking place within you. They are a testament to the fact that you are on the right path, that you are becoming more and more aligned with your true essence. Trust the process and honor these signs. The path of growth and evolution may not always be easy, but it is always worth it. You are being guided, every step of the way, toward a life that is not only more fulfilling but more in harmony with your purpose. You are leveling up, and as you continue to embrace each sign, each step, you will find that your life expands in ways you never imagined. The journey ahead is one of limitless possibility, and it begins with the trust you place in yourself and the universe that supports you.